Show.
You have a new CD out called Calm Before the Storm. Tell me what inspired the title.
Calm Before the Storm is, I mean, the calm period for me was the whole learning experience, you know, because I'd never sang with a band up until 3 years ago. Just, I don't know, learning my craft, I guess, learning how to present myself on stage, you know, learning how to record and everything, basically. I'd never done it before, didn't have a clue. So that whole period to me was my calm. And then the storm was, you know, my first album coming out. Me having, well, the opportunities that I've had, you know, over the past couple of years, which have been absolutely amazing. So that whole period is like the storm for me.
How does the songwriting process come together for Lauren Harris?
First of all, I mean, always kind of had ideas and stuff like that, but I never really knew how to bring them out. So Tommy was really, really great with the whole process. He totally guided me through it all. And I don't play an instrument, so I mean, I'm learning to play guitar, because I want to, you know, that to help me with the songwriting process. But we sat down and we talked about, you know, what I wanted to talk about, what I was going through at the time and stuff like that. And then Richie would kind of just play his guitar, or, you know, or I would come up with melodies on my own if I'm just driving in the car and just singing along. And I think, oh, I like that. And then I'll record it on my phone. And then I'll put lyrics to it afterwards, usually. So it can happen like anywhere.
What inspired the song Your Turn?
Your Turn is about karma, in one word. It's about being in a relationship and, you know, them not treating you as they should treat you, you know, kind of doing the dirty on you, I guess. And then, you know, that relationship ends and they finally get it come back to them, you know, because they've done wrong to you. So eventually they'll get wrong done to them. Karma.
And is this actually something personally that has happened to you?
Yes. Yeah.
Who would be foolish enough to break up with you?
Well, you know, I ask myself that, but...
So sometimes you date imbeciles.
Yeah, I have done. I have, yeah. I admit. How
do you balance a love relationship and this huge career?
It is really tough sometimes, you know. I found it kind of difficult. I mean, I've been with my boyfriend now for coming up to 4 years. So he's been around like since the beginning and he's really cool about it and stuff. But it's kind of hard when you're away and, you know, you're in different countries and, you know, time zones and stuff like that. You can't always speak to them when you want to, or sometimes you can't speak to them at all. But he's really understanding about it, so I'm lucky.
What does he do?
He is a tree surgeon.
Wow. That's heavy.
Yeah.
Tree surgeon. How did you meet your tree surgeon?
That's funny. I've known him since I was a kid because my dad and his dad actually went to school together. So I've known him since I was little, and it kind of turned into a relationship later on.
But this is this is fresh. You said 4 years, but there's been guys before this 4 years that were just complete catastrophes.
Yeah.
So, but the whole time the tree surgeon was there to do surgery on you, on your heart.
Yeah.
And so finally you woke up one day and said, tree surgeon, yes, I am in love. Yeah,
that's kind of, I guess, how it happened.
Does he ever come out and meet you on tour or anything?
Yeah, he does. He comes out quite a lot, actually. He came out on the Maiden tour for like 3 weeks, so he totally sees what's going on as well, and it's not as glamorous as it all seems, and he gets that. So
yeah, well, being that he's one of your father's best friends, it must be just like milk and cookies to him, like no big deal.
Yeah, I mean, because his dad used to come out a lot on the tours and stuff because his dad actually played in the same football team as my dad at home. And every tour, my dad's football team sometimes come out and they'll play a football match somewhere. So he's been used to him coming out, and he's seen, you know, what my dad does, and he's grown up around his dad coming out and seeing my dad, is that confusing? So, you know, he gets it.
How does Lauren Harris define the word love?
Love is, I think, about trust, about compromise, you know, giving, receiving, fun as well, and just getting on with the other person. You know, I think it's about little things as well. You know, I really kind of take to the little things that he does and think, oh, that's really sweet. So, yeah, that's love for me.
Lauren, what do you feel makes you unique as an artist?
I think that there's not a lot of people doing what I'm doing right now. I mean, I know there's girl singers and stuff like that, but there's no one kind of doing the classic rock melodic feel that I do. And there's definitely no one in Britain doing it as well. So I feel kind of privileged to be able to, you know, call me a British rock chick, you know, if you like. Yeah, and just my presence on stage, I think, is unique about me. I really put a lot of effort into kind of, you know, trying to please the audience and really get them going. And I really feel the song as well. I'm really, really passionate about music, and I think that comes through on stage. And I don't think a lot of bands do that anymore. You know, I don't think they put on as much of a show as possible. You know, I like dressing up on stage, as we talked about before as well. I like having that kind of mystique about, you know, about me or about the band. I think that everything is kind of a little bit too accessible nowadays, and, you know, you've got to have it the whole time. But if there's a little bit of mystery, then I just think it keeps you thinking.
What are you hearing from fans on the road about Calm Before the Storm?
A lot of people love that it's, you know, a really kind of new sound, that it's kind of classic rock, but with a modern twist on it.
What is next for Lauren Harris?
Second album this year. We're going to go in the studio, hopefully April, May time, and record the second album, and hopefully it'll come out by the end of the year. I'm going to do a headlining tour in Scandinavia next week.
Nice.
So that'll be really, really cool. And then I'll be doing the festivals in the summer, hopefully from June through to like August, September time. And then the album coming out at the end of the year. So hopefully it'll be pretty busy.
This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show at Gods and Heroes Salon in beautiful Costa Mesa, California, with British rock goddess Lauren Harris signing off.
The Blairing Out show.